birthday, dear Caden.
Yay!
Wow.
Wow! Cheeky. We're doing. Oh.
When I found out I was pregnant with Caden, I was really excited. He arrived right on time on his due date, and he was healthy. One day, he was running and he had fell forward. He made a little thud. I thought that he hit his chin on the floor. I started feeling around his chin, and I noticed a little bit of a bump. I didn't really think too much of it at the time. He woke up in the morning, and it was like a golf ball, so I knew something was wrong right away. First, we were told that he might have just had a virus. Nothing to be concerned about. I was told to give it a couple of weeks. But as a mother, you have that sixth instinct. You know that something is off about your child. So I kept going until I found a doctor who was like, okay, this actually might be a tumor. I don't think this is fluid at all. Caden was diagnosed with desmoplastic fibroma, which affected the bone portion of his jaw, and desmoid fibromatosis, which affected the soft tissues and muscles in his head and neck area. One of the doctors that we went to in New Jersey immediately was like, Dr. Lopez, he has experience with this, and they kind of made that connection for us. I honestly, I can't even put into words how relieved I was to finally hear from someone who said, hey, I have a plan for you. Come to Florida, I'll take it out. So that got us on the right path that led us to Advent Health.
So I met him for the first time in person when they flew down. It was quite clear, even just visually, just looking at him from the front, that something was off. But otherwise, he didn't have any symptoms. He looked like a normal kid with just a swelling and a mass in his right jaw. What I ended up doing is did a volumetric analysis of his CT and MRI data to build a 3D model of this tumor. So this is a 3D rendering of Caden's anatomy. In green is the tumor itself. His tumor, unfortunately, invaded numerous structures near the jaw.
He first went for pre-embolization and cauterized the blood vessels that were feeding the tumor. His second surgery was the actual tumor removal. And then the third surgery, he actually used one of his ribs to rebuild his jaw. He had over 30 different medical terms done, nerve reconstruction, muscles moved, he had teeth moved. He came out and he had a jawline again. It might have been his rib, but you could barely tell. That was probably the hardest period when he was, starting to come to and had to adjust to his new normal. He started waking up and his mouth was still wired shut, so he would try to open his mouth like he didn't really totally understand. It's really hard mentally, emotionally, as a parent, and also for your child, you feel for them too. So every time I talk about it or I look at old pictures, it puts me right back to that time. There was a lot of days that I literally just stood by him and I cried all day because it was really hard. And I couldn't hold him. He was on the machine for a while. So the first day that I was able to get to hold him, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm holding my child again. You can't even explain the feeling. It was so nice to be able to hold him. The first time that we FaceTimed brother back home, he had did a full-blown smile since the surgery. And it was the sweetest moment seeing his face light up when he saw his big brother at home.
I think Caden is very lucky that he has a mom that is driven, that is willing to go the extra mile to really decipher out what is best for her son.
It has been a roller coaster of emotions. Seeing the outcome now, I can't even put into words how thankful I am that we found Advent Health.
So Caden's story is a perfect example of why I went into healthcare. And if we can be a light in a small tunnel of darkness, then you can't help but to just be ecstatic and happy in changing his life and bringing him back to where he should be, just a happy kid.